Hey guys, what is up? It is Mandy Brady here, and I apologize that, hair and makeup and stuff is not on point, and outfit is not really on point. I've sort of had a lazy Sunday, and it's also Father's Day, so, my parents wanted to take my dad out for dinner, and I sort of didn't really feel like dressing up, and I was really cold earlier today, so I was just like, oh, I'm gonna throw on a sweatshirt and leggings, so that's what I did, so I apologize for the laziness, but I really wanted to make this video. Number one, because I haven't made a video in a little while, and number two, because it's something that I've sort of wanted to discuss openly for a little while now, and I wasn't really sure if I should make a video about it or anything. But now I'm sure that I definitely should, just to see you guys' opinions and what you think. It's going to be a kind of rant. It might turn to a rant video. Not really sure. What direction this is headed in, but I'm just gonna sort of talk and speak my mind. So you guys can see the title, which is clearly why I clicked. And if you haven't seen me before, hello, I'm Mandy. Um, and you should totally check out my other videos too, where I look less like, I don't know, like I tried more in my other videos. But yeah, so let's just start, I guess. So this video is called Hookup Culture, and I just want to sort of talk about, like, how our society and sort of, you know, our generation, if you will, is very much into the hookup culture, and how that's sort of taken over a lot of young adults and teenagers. That's a very common thing. Everyone knows about hooking up, and there's a wide definition for hooking up, like what that really means. Some people think, hooking up is just having sex with somebody, like, randomly, but there's more than, I think, one definition of hooking up. Everybody has sort of a different definition. But I guess I'll share with you guys what my definition of hooking up is. I would consider hooking up any form of physical contact, meaning, like kissing, touching, oral things, and sex. So, any sort of those four things I feel like are or could be considered hooking up, if it is with somebody that you are not dating or in a relationship with. So that is sort of how I construe hooking up as. And most people sort of that I've talked to share this view with me, but there might be others of you out there that might, define hooking up as something different. So I just kind of wanted to talk about how, hooking up is such a common thing now, and, I will admit I have hooked up with guys before. I'm not unknown to the topic, and I have had these experiences in the past, and who knows if I will continue to have these experiences. I don't know. Anything can happen, right? But I I have found a lot of disappointing things happening recently, with some hookups of mine. And I am single, as you guys know, so, if I am having any physical contact with somebody, it is considered hookup because I do not have a boyfriend. So, I've just been sort of, this past year, boys has not been a really good subject for me. And the reasoning behind that is that I feel as though I've been taken advantage of a lot. And, I'm not saying, you guys, I didn't consent to these things, because I did. I was aware and consented to all of the following physical contact that has happened between me and whoever it was. So I have consented to these things, but, some of them I really do regret. And it's because I just feel like I have been led on by some of these guys, and I feel like I have been used by a lot of these guys. Like, they'll tell you what you want to hear, basically. So, I've been told, Mandy, I want you. Mandy, I can see this turning into a relationship. You'd be such a great girlfriend. I could see this working or turning into something. I've been told all of the following things, and, I've also been, complimented on my appearance, which is, kind of to be expected if you are hooking up with someone. Sometimes, you're complimenting the other person while this is going on. But, there are people that have, said things to me and sort of made promises, or, had me having wishful thinking that, something would come of this. It wouldn't just be hooking up, it would turn into a relationship of some sort, or, just going on dates and, like, getting to know each other more and spending more time with each other, not just hooking up. But, to my, what's the word I'm looking for? To my surprise, or now that I look at it, not surprise, I feel like a lot of these guys have let me down. Give me wishful hopes, wishful thinking to think that, some hookups will turn into anything. And I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but in my personal experience, I've just felt a lot of letdowns from some of the guys that I've had these experiences with. And not to say that this happens to everybody, because I do have a friend who actually was hooking up with a guy and it turned into a relationship, which is great. But honestly, that's really rare. And it's not just because I'm a sour, bitter person right now, or because, I'm a little sad about the things that have happened this past year, but, it's very rare, like, when I talk to my friends about it and stuff, like, people they've done stuff with, like, it doesn't usually turn into a relationship, but sometimes it does, and on those rare sometimes, you wonder. And, most of these hookups that I'm referring to, the guy has asked me out on a date beforehand. So, you think they want to get to know you, and they want to know you as a person and not just as a sexual object of desire. But then, after the date, when you either go back to his place or you go to a room or something to have your fun, and, you sort of think, oh, maybe this will turn into something. That's sort of when it hits you in the face, and it's like, nope. I guess this message is just to say, like, where is love? Where are the guys out there that, really want a girlfriend? Because as far as I can see, I'm not seeing any people that really want a girlfriend. And I don't know if it's just my generation in general, but in my experience, I just feel kind of like a sexual object. And yes, I know I am an attractive woman, and there are many attractive qualities about myself. I guess I'm just frustrated because sometimes I wonder, like, I know I'm good enough for girlfriend material, but why do none of these other guys know that? It's frustrating because I'm so much more than just a person who has a decent body and a pretty face. And I'm not trying to be cocky, but, like, I have a personality that I feel like if some of these guys actually got to know me for who I am, I feel like they would actually really enjoy my company. And I feel like some of these guys really blew a good chance with a great girl. And, not to say like, oh my god, I'm the almighty be all end all best girl on the face of the earth. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. But if some of these guys got to know me like really well, like on a personal level, I feel as though, they would actually like me. And, some of these guys have tried getting to know me on a personal level by taking me out on a date previous to the hookup. But then once the hookup happens, I guess it's sort of like giving all the candy away, you know. And, I don't necessarily, hook up with every guy, obviously. But I guess it's just mind blowing, I'm sad. That's what it is. I feel emotionally insecure because I trust these people, and then I just feel like they use me for what they want and then they leave. And it's hard because you don't really know who to trust out there. And it's really sad because, I used to be so trusting. I still am pretty damn trusting. And I just feel like I've gotten taken advantage of so many times. I just want, when will it end? And when will a guy actually want to get to know me and not just get to know what I'm good at behind closed doors? And I feel like a lot of women struggle with this. And I feel like maybe it's not just me, but I know I'm good enough for a guy. I deserve a guy. I deserve love and happiness like anybody else does. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm sorry, getting emotional. I guess I'm just sick of guys thinking it's okay to do this. And I know this doesn't just happen to us girls. I'm sure guys have felt this way from girls doing that to them. And you know what? I'm really sorry. It goes both ways. And I just wish it wasn't like that, Like, I wish that people could go back to sort of the old depiction of love, Like the fairy tales and the romance and actually loving somebody for who they are. Because, to be honest, I don't know where that went. And I feel like our generation doesn't even really care about relationships anymore or value them as much. And, that's not obviously everybody in the whole entire population. I cannot speak for that because I have plenty of friends that are in a relationship, not a ton, but a decent amount. And they're happy, but the majority of people I feel are single and hooking up or just plain single. And, it's okay, of course, to be single and hooking up. But I kind of want to settle, and I just haven't found that right person yet to settle with. And that's what I'm struggling with. And when I do think I've found the right person, from hooking up and going on dates with them, then they turn around and sort of stab me in the back and, you know, lose interest in me. And, I'm waiting for that person who will be different, who will love my personality and see me for who I am as a person and not just as a sexual being. I guess what I'm trying to say is it hurts. And I have more self-worth for myself than to let to let me go through this. Like, watching myself do this, like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I'm gonna start not trusting people as much because I just feel like I've been taken advantage of so many times that it's to the point where I can't handle it anymore. And I deserve to be happy. And it sucks because, you know, I wish, like, because obviously, like, I do want to have, everybody has needs. Everybody wants physical attention and those special things, but, like, if I'm gonna be used and have it not mean anything ever, and when I find somebody that I'm interested in, and then it just turns out to be, like, some guy that just wants to hook up with me and doesn't care less about me, then damn. I don't know. Yeah, this is sort of like a ranting video. I don't know if any of this made sense, but I hope it did. And, you know, not all guys are assholes out there. I know that for a fact, and not all girls are bitches. So, you know, it's just about finding the right people, and lately I really haven't been, and I don't know really what to do. I just really haven't found the right person that will actually want me, like, in entirety, and where the feeling is mutual, because, you know, some guys have wanted me in that way, and then I just didn't feel that way about them, and there wasn't really chemistry. Where the chemistry will connect. And I know love is not the be-all, end-all, but I guess I'm just venting to you guys and telling you how I'm sick of thinking it's okay, guys thinking it's okay to use me and tell me all these things, which are pretty much lies, because then they don't end up talking to me after, or just, like, don't want anything to do with me. So stop feeding me lies and just tell me you just want to hook up with me and be done. Because I'd rather you tell me that than set me up for something and have high hopes and think that this is going to turn into something and then it doesn't. So, I hope some of you guys can relate to this. I know it's a little bit of a ranting video and venting, but I hope I'm not the only one. I don't think I am. But yeah, I think this hookup culture thing, you can do it, of course, and I'm all okay for it, but if you tell me, you know, and make all these promises and say all these things to me, like this is gonna turn to something more, then try follow through. Try following through with that, because as far as I can see, you know, I've been told all these things, but nothing has come of it, so yeah. But I hope you guys have a good day, or evening. It's evening right now. But I love you guys, and I hope none of you feel this way, because it does suck a lot. But it's not the end of the world. It's just me in a not so good position, so yeah, but I love you guys, and I hope you're all doing well, and feel free to like this video if you want to see more venting / rants. Hopefully I won't have that many ranting / venting videos, because I know this is, like, you know, not super happy and positive and cheery like I usually am, but it's just real talk, man, real talk. So I love you guys. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of me, and I will talk to you soon. Love you, my mandarin oranges. Okay, bye.